Summer is officially in full swing and folks are getting out to enjoy the sunshine. Abby Bohannon and Alex Hernandez from Bikes Together stopped by to share their biking checklist. Hey guys, how are you?
Good. Well,
you would be so proud of me. I finally took out my bike and went for a long bike ride, and all I remember thinking was, this is so nice. Why haven't I done this before? And then it started to rain and things got ugly, but I'm gonna keep on doing it. Okay, let's talk about this, Alex, and why we need to get out and bike some more. Any tips for getting back into it and going out for a ride?
absolutely. Well, you definitely need all your supplies ready
Okay.
for your bike trip.
Like an umbrella.
An umbrella for those
me in
days,
my
yeah.
case.
But if it's hot too, right, you need a good water bottle. So we have those
Yes.
at Bikes Together. You can get one branded with that. We also want to focus on safety, right? So a nice,
Always.
well-fitted, adjusted helmet is really important.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a flat, you need a bike pump as well as a nice little tool pack ready to go. And if you're
Okay.
riding at night, you definitely want to make sure that you have a front and a rear light.
That is
for
so
riding at
important.
night. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
How can you check that during the day when you can't really tell?
Yeah. So you definitely want to make sure that your bike lights have batteries in them.
Okay.
So just definitely make sure you get those figured out before you take your ride at night.
Mm-hmm.
And check those out. And then also you want to make sure that your bike is secure. So we always recommend U-locks for your bikes rather
Okay.
than cable locks. These are more secure, and you want to make sure that you secure the bike frame, your wheel, to a bike rack. securely.
Absolutely. I like the U-lock. This is something that
Yes.
I've been needing to get.
Yes.
But aside from the U-lock, where can we find all this gear?
Definitely at Bikes Together, we can help you out at the bike shop.
Okay, just go on to Bikes Together and say I need this. Okay,
Yeah,
then that's
we'll get
what
you
I'm
set
going
up
to
with
do.
the helmet and all this great gear.
I love that because I also never know the right helmet.
Yes, so we want to make sure you get fitted.
Absolutely. Okay, and now that we're all set to hit the trails, I'm going to ask you, Abby, what are some safety tips that we really need to keep in mind as we go?
Well, first of all, you want to make sure that your bike is tuned up and ready to go, so you're not going to encounter any anticipated or any unanticipated challenges along the way. So making sure that your tubes are aired up, that your chain is lubed properly, and that your brakes are adjusted. And then, as Alex said, you want to make sure that you have a properly fitted helmet. You want to make sure that you have water, all the things that you might need along the trail. Another thing is that you want to make sure that you know where you're going, so you have a map, you have an idea of the route, and then you also are aware of all of the laws and all of the etiquette when you're following the trails. And that applies to when you are riding in the city as well as when you're riding in the mountains. So making sure that you are aware of your surroundings and making sure that you are riding along with other folks.
Of course, and that you're staying safe. And I really love that you touched on the etiquette. We really need to have that etiquette and know that as bikers what we need to be doing, and that again pertains to safety. Alex, where are some of your favorite places to ride in Denver? I would love to know this.
Yes, so I love taking the South Platte Trail to the Bear Creek Trail.
Yes.
So you have beautiful views of Bear Creek and also the Front Range. It's gorgeous.
The Front Range is always going to be a good spot. Now, Alex, what spots or trails would you recommend maybe for people who aren't professional riders or like myself? I'm not very experienced. Where should I be going?
Yeah, I think definitely focus on trails that have dedicated bike paths. So
Yes.
Cherry Creek, Bear Creek, Platte. Trails are really great, and then also our local parks are fantastic too. So riding around City Park or Cheeseman or Wash Park are also great options too.
We do live in a city that's got so many options,
Yes,
and we do see a lot of bikers out there, which I think is fantastic. Now, Abby, do you have any repair classes coming up? This is one that I need to be sitting at front row.
We do. We have a couple different options. So we have a 4-part mechanics series that you can sign up on our website if you want an in-depth education about bike mechanics. Every Saturday and every Wednesday, we also have our learner repair appointments. So you can come for a 40-minute appointment, work one-on-one with a mechanic, learn how to fix up your bike for a suggested price. And then this Thursday, we also have the Gender Equality Mechanics Night. So it's an open shop for women, trans folks, non-binary folks to learn about their bikes and ask questions in a safe and supportive environment.
Awesome. Now, what about somebody who doesn't have a bike? Can they also come to you guys? How does that work?
Absolutely. So we provide a lot of cost-flexible options to get or maintain a bike. So you can come and we sell bikes for as low as $10, whatever folks can afford. And then we help people learn how to fix up their bikes and get rolling on into the summer.
I love this. Any biking groups also options if they come to you and you can suggest something?
Yeah, definitely. So there are a ton of biking groups popping up in Denver, and there are a lot of affinity-based groups as well. And so you can pick your platform and find a group. So there are lots of groups on Instagram. There are groups that ride on Wednesdays, on Saturdays. Some of my favorites are, there's a group that just popped up called All Bodies on Bikes, and they're leading some ride. Black Girls Do Bikes, or Black Girls Do Bike, also host rides weekly, and they're a really fantastic resource as well. So
it's so awesome. The point is, let's get back out on those bikes while staying safe. Ladies, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I loved it. Okay, and of course, thank you so much for the tips and tricks to Alex and Abby. If you want to learn more about Bikes Together or to register for one of those classes or programs, just head to bikestogether.org. You just may see me there.